Hey there folks, welcome back to Canada Chase Paranormal Investigations. I hope you're well. I hope you've been taking care of yourself and you had a great Christmas. So this is just a quick intro video to the recorded video from our last investigation, which was on the 3rd of December 2022, on the Saturday 3rd of December, and that was down at our undisclosed location in the Black Country. It's still undisclosed because it's, as I've said before, it's a working farm. I think you can, there are right of ways, but there are fields as well, and there's also like houses that sort of surround it. They're not that close, but they're sort of close enough that you wouldn't really want to be disturbing people if there was big groups going down there and stuff like that. So it's one of the real reasons that we don't want to advertise it too much. And also it gives us a better opportunity at some point to measure it, take measurements a little bit more scientifically, which basically leads me on to the fact that I need to get some new equipment that I want to use and test out. I want a couple of stopwatches. It might sound really basic, but we've felt in the past that there are certain areas that we go to that have a history of time slips and things like that, and also lost a couple of incidents where time has been lost. Whatever that indicates, you know, I'll leave you to imagine. But having two stopwatches is really useful. That if we ever came back and one was an hour, running an hour fast or an hour slower, it could indicate that something has happened. As scary as that is, would be really, really interesting. We're hoping to get back down to these locations, both Cannock and the Black Country one, in probably March, maybe April. And we've had so much rain just recently that the whole thing's been kind of waterlogged. So when we went down in December, we had a rare opportunity that it was getting really, really cold, but the rain of November had sort of subsided for a couple of weeks, and it was still really, really boggy there, but we were able to sort of navigate our way through it. And this investigation that I'm about to show you, we always start off in the same place. We come onto a field, we then climb up onto a disused railway line, and then head down into a wood. And that's where we've been doing a lot of our investigations when we've come back. There's a lot of stuff that has been observed from these fields, which has been, UAPs, aerial phenomena that, can't really be explained by the people that have seen it. So, and my friend is gathering quite a lot of evidence of eyewitness statements throughout the year. Whenever they crop up, it has somebody who lives very, very close to these fields, and they are sort of pointing them in a direction of people whenever they can. So that is going on, as well as the investigations that we are going on. And like I said, in the future I want to make it a little bit more scientific, get a device that will measure airspeed, sort of air pressure, humidity, temperature, just something that's very visual for the camera to pick up, that we can we can use as basically and it might explain anything that happens. If it's really, really cold, my batteries tend to die. I think this investigation, actually, when we came there, it did feel cold. We were on the move. When we were out in the fields, it felt really cold. When we went down into the woods, it kind of warmed up a bit, but then it went really cold. And by the time we got back to the car, I remember it being frosted over, which was quite. It was the first time that's ever happened, actually. That all the cars around have frosted over. So the night did get very, very cold. So that said, enjoy this video, and I'll do a quick outro afterwards just to type a few things.
As you do.
As you do.
If you watched a horror film, you'd say, why are they doing that?
Yeah, that's how it all starts, isn't it?
Yeah.
And one person like me walks off and...
That's it. Yeah.
The curdling stream.
Why would she do that?
You probably hear a few 4-letter expletives. So we're back in the undisclosed location. We've seen a couple of light anomalies already, and a really weird kind of like aircraft. We're darn sure it was an aircraft, but it wasn't that high, and it just literally made no noise whatsoever. So I've just walked away from the rest of the guys, and they're a little bit out of sight now, so I'm just in the woods by myself. Again, very similar to last time. Feels okay. Not getting any bad vibes from this. Just pan my torch around a bit.
You talking to video?
Yeah. So it's just like very similar to last time, because I had no vibes at all.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, so I said, no, you know, something's really weird happening. And then just as I said that, you guys came over, and that's when we saw the light.
It's just a flash thing.
Yeah.
How have you caught that on camera?
I'm panning it round, so.
You could be a flash in this direction.
Most of the times, it's not so bad.
You have to have back, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do that. I'm just having a look to see how.
They usually go May and then
So it goes
September,
backwards in
October,
time.
so-
I'll just go through a rest and
And it's
recuperation. You
just
can do
Yeah,
all
it kind of
that
counts
stuff.
backwards, so I'll,
Yeah.
obviously, I'll go for it
You don't want
anyway.
to go when it's too
I
hot.
still haven't gone through the ones from Cannock Chase,
A few weeks before I went,
because Rory
you
swore there was something
August, September,
above the
August,
trees when he was
it was,
Yeah.
looking at the camera, and that's on there.
Yeah.
it was too hot. They got off the plane, they were melting.
Yeah. Yeah, we fell foul of it because we decided we were going to do various sites in the Peloponnese this year.
Yeah.
And it's like walking up mountains to ancient fortifications in 35 degrees. It's not-
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
was quite
come,
hot.
we'll do it.
When me and my friends, it was quite hot. When me and my friend went to Knossos,
Yes.
I got these like, I was wearing shorts and these midges bit all my legs and it was horrible. And what I realised, the beach in Somerset is like slightly made up of cold sand and mashed up shells. I was rubbing that with the salt water until the food the midge point.
Could have been an animal. I mean, that's the direction that the film came from before, where that banging sound. Just Toby caught on his
Yeah.
GoPro. I come down here by myself when it's like this. Traffic rules is a good movie think that's because it's so quiet, isn't it?
So we thought we just heard an animal, possibly an animal, something shuffling about. Yeah, the place we're in is quite, has a bit of history attached to it, as I've probably said before, but something to do with I think it's with the Roundheads. I would love to give you more information on this place, but
Walk to there. Stand here now, walk to there, tell me if you can feel anything.
not necessarily, no.
Back here. There's a change.
Temperature, maybe.
I don't know what it is. There's a change here. If you step back, you step out of it. And if you step into here, there's this change. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling something. And that's unusual for me.
I suddenly became very aware that there was like a bit of a steep hill, so I was a bit worried that I was
Going to roll down?
yeah, you know, with my, yeah. But while I was there, it heard like in my ear.
Yeah.
I thought, is that just me? Because that wouldn't be the first time I had it. It wasn't exactly the same as Cannock Chase, but it did feel like an infrasound type thing.
Yeah. I think there's something coming down. Because it's a straight line down the railway. I think there is something.
I did wonder whether it's something to do with a fault line that I was like, because you can get infrasound from.
Yeah. Well, the two nearest fault lines are the one that's up on Iarkle Road, which from here would be, and from there would be about a mile and a half, 2 miles.
Yeah.
The other one is down in the cutting along there. It's a sandstone fort. Which is about half a mile away. Third of a mile maybe. All the others are west of here. But that one is the main boundary fault.
Yeah.
That's the one that went when there was the earthquake. That's the big boundary fault along there.
So it wouldn't be unusual to have,
Oh no.
to get the effects of infrasound. And I think even though it's like a silent thing, you can sort of, mind you, the time that we're in Canada, you could actually hear it humming.
Well, when Thimble Mill Bats at Smethwick, when we won the Michael Benteen Prize from ASAP, we traced it all down to infrasound in there, causing people to have all their weird feelings. Because it can affect your eyes as well.
Yeah, it wobbles the eyes,
Wobbles
you
the
don't
eyes, yeah.
realise it.
Yeah.
And getting all these things, but Edinburgh vaults are like notorious for the magnetism of the man-made around, similar to the Liverpool Underground Railway.
The moon wasn't out, was it?
Yeah.
No,
It's slightly different, isn't it, in the moon?
I can't remember what the conditions were last time here. I know, because suddenly got cold and got out.
It was overcast.
So rainy, didn't it?
It started raining. We had to leave in a bit of a sharp because it started raining.
I remember it used to be on guard duty and this, and you're standing there and you're like, starting to get tired. on this day,
Yeah.
2 hours, and this tree started to move and everything started to move around with the moon. Oh God! Shook me up a bit.
Sounds like it.
I did manage to stop in the tap, and I forced them to go into my.
The fuck was that?
That?
That was a big bang, wasn't it?
What was that?
It sounded like an explosion.
It
That.
did, that did. I felt that in the ground.
Yeah.
Because
I
you know,
did
that
as
just sent shivers down my spine, that did.
well. Yeah. That sounded like something like a heavy mortar.
Or a
81mm mortar. That was. That
just
sounded
to
like.
remind me of
Anyway.
like a bit, one of those big drums.
You know,
Is
that
that-
rumbling.
Oh, is that then?
Okay, let's have some silence for a bit.
I felt that.
Okay, we all agree that we just heard that.
And again,
Oh, maybe someone's letting fireworks off.
Yeah,
that
but
was a firework.
that-
That was a
Fireworks.
That was
Some of
right.
them are nowadays,
I
aren't
felt
they?
that. I
That-
actually felt that in
Yeah.
the
The
ground.
first one was felt like a 81mm mortar going off.
But that was like,
That was a big bang because there was a little bit of a seismic effect. There was an S wave and a P wave off that.
couldn't be done by an aircraft, could it?
No, that was on the ground. That one. It's near enough to the ground.
So, it's a fast moving craft up there, aircraft up there.
That was weird.
What you find is it's probably high winds up there. That's why. It was 32,000 feet under high wind.
Well, that was a bit of a.
Well, I've got that definitely because it's recording.
And that. And not long after it, say
Yeah.
2 or 3 seconds after, it was quite a low rumble, wasn't there?
Yeah, I really hope that comes out on here.
Yeah. Well, that was loud enough for us all to hear.
It's weird, but you can sometimes sense these things coming. It's like, I mean, we have innate ability to
Yeah.
pick up environmental conditions before they actually happen, but we just don't. We don't really kind of
Perhaps
listen
that's
to
what I was
ourselves
feeling
anymore.
when I was walking
Yeah,
in and out of that.
yeah. I
There was a
mean,
little bit of a pressure wave off it, so it was quite.
you know, birds will leave an area. The deer will move out if there's going to be a seismic activity. Animals will move out. They seem to know.
I mean, all right, you know, you might get some people lamping, but that was much louder than a shotgun. Much louder.
That was it's like I said, it sounded more like an artillery shell or 81mm mortar.
Always
It
throws
wasn't
up
enough of them
something
in my time.
different, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
And you know, for sure, where this is pointed now, there's no light coming from those trees, and that was one of the things I really wanted to debunk from, like last time we were here. That I was absolutely 100% sure that that light wasn't created, and wasn't something that was just being fading in and out because of the movement of the trees, and it's not.
Well, that was quite a substantial bang. Didn't as late as I thought either. Feels later, doesn't it?
What time is it?
Oh yes.
9. Oh, sorry.
9:30.
Half nine. Yeah.
It's 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. It feels much later.
Yeah.
I was going to look. I was expecting it to be at least 20 to 11.
I'm just glad I haven't frozen to death yet.
Yeah.
It's actually warmed up a little bit.
Well,
Actually,
it's 2
down
at the
there.
moment.
Well, it
It's saying-
says in here because we're out of the wind.
It's saying it's 2 at the moment. Fluctuated between 2 and 4 as we walk along.
So there's that the star, is it?
Yeah. Now it's a planet. It's Saturn. It seems to have come up out of there that
It sounded like an 81mm mortar going off.
I mean, would they be doing that around here?
So yeah.
Would they be doing anything like that around here? I mean, could that have been?
You mean that? You mean that really low hum?
New motorcycle.
I know there's a motorcycle, it's like a little, almost 50 hertz. There's a bit you can do that direction. Interesting. I have to check local papers in the morning, see if anything has exploded. Yeah?
Yeah,
Check
definitely,
local
yeah.
papers, see if anything has exploded.
At least we can eliminate that then. I mean, would there have been any historical military action apart from what we've spoken about?
When I
With,
used to do American Civil
here.
War, we never used to do anything at night.
no, I mean, would there have been anything here historically back, 100, 200 years?
I just heard something move behind it.
I mean,
Exciting. I'm ready for that.
okay, shall I put this meter down by a tree somewhere?
I was thinking about that, but are there any mines or anything like?
No.
Close to the Bridge.
More that one.
Okay, I've put the meter down by the tree. So, we're what, sort of,
Oh yeah, I think I've got the filter recorder on, so it's not affecting your EMF meter.
it's not that sensitive.
Well, okay, sorry, didn't think.
We did an experiment the once when we went to Birches Valley with everybody's different phones, and there was only one phone that seemed to affect it, but from this distance, absolutely no chance.
One more phone though. Give it up.
I mean, I've got like crappy old 3G thing, and I have to go like that. I feel almost like hit it with it too, and then I think it just squeaks out of fear.
Use the red light because the animals can't see red light. They don't see black and white in the dark. Most animals are colourblind. Look at a dog can really only see black and white. So you've got the rat can see black and white. If you put a red light on it, you can see it, but they can't see you.
My dad was colourblind. He's dreadful at snooker.
It's like that snooker commentator who says, for those people with black and white, that's the red balls next to the white ball.
I just heard something into my left.
Did you feel that rumble?
I
felt
did.
a vibration.
Yeah. I was just saying to Steve, and I said it very quietly because I didn't want to create the idea in other people's heads. But when I went for my by the bridge, when I said, I'll catch you all up, I was very concerned about falling down the hill, and because it's like a really steep down like that. And as I was sort of like there, and like in my ear. And last time I had that was at Cannock Chase, but that was an audible, and I think that was infrasound. But it's almost like something literally targeted me, and I had to like go down on the ground.
And again. but I felt that the one before.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I'm sending a message. I'm hungry. Oh, moth. The moth.
It's weird, isn't
The
it?
moth.
Yes, I didn't expect to see that.
What, a moth? It's only because it's attracted to the salt.
Fuck is that?
Hmm?
That's a weird sound. Do you know, I think if I was to by myself, my imagination would start running wild with me.
I guess whenever you're anywhere like this, it's an occupational hazard, isn't it?
Mm. I mean, I do get like this when I go to Cannock Chase by myself.
I don't know. A couple of times I've been up with you guys, it amazes me at Cannock Chase. It always feels very calm to me and still. But I wouldn't like to go there on my own. I'm a wolf. Well, obviously apart from when I had the enteritis. Just feel very calm.
Strange things do happen. But there's a lot of creatures up there that no one sees anyway. I mean, the one day we was walking down the hill down there and I seen this thing. It looked like a hare, but it was black. I don't know what
Giant,
it
that
was.
was it, like a prehistoric hair.
Yeah, it was just sitting there.
It was like a
And it was a living thing.
genetically big hair. I mean, I've never, I guess the strangest thing that, happened when I was up there was I'd just come down from Castle Ring and it was a really, really warm day as well. And I was by myself and I was looking for new routes. So I was kind of going through ferns up to see here, sort of thing. I found this little path winding through the ferns through the giant tall trees and I had the most horrible, I could smell the most horrible stinking smell. And I thought, what the bloody hell was that? Is that something died around here? And I thought, well, probably very little chance of me finding whatever it is. And it stunk that much, it could have been anywhere. And then it's almost like something just like wobbled my head like that. I kind of carried on, I was alright going. Took me about sort of length from my ear to back onto the path to get back on the path, but that was interesting. One of the videos I've got up on my channel on YouTube is there's me and a chap called Kevin, he's like an urban explorer, and I said to him, I found this place on Cannock Chase called Bodie's Hall. Doesn't appear to be any sort of feasible way of getting to it, but I think I know a route where we could get to
Is
it.
that that big house?
Yeah, it's the ruins, yeah, I think it's 12th century.
Right.
And it's quite impressive if you get to look at it, although it's covered now by those big fences around it. It's quite dangerous, and some of the stones are really big like that. Then you've got like more conventional kind of bricks and stuff. So yeah, we basically bushwhacked our way up like 200 metre. I think it was about 45-degree slopes going up, and I don't think I've like killed myself off that much. But when we came back down, but yeah, we found it. But on the way back, when we cleared the fence and were out of that area, we had to find our way all the way back down to where £1 million house. So as we're going down, I I mean, Kev's like he's like a deer. He just kind of like he skips ahead, and so I'm miles away from him, and I'm looking down this path towards him, and something drew my attention, and I was panning the camera around because something was drawing my attention, and I thought that's weird, and of course he's disappearing down the path, and then I just stopped there for about 2 or 3 minutes because I was just taking in. It's beautiful, the flowers and everything on the trees, and it's the most wonderful picture. And then in the distance, I'm sort of panning it down, and he's walking down. He stopped like that, and then all of a sudden he went. There's something in that. I've never saw him spook like that. He says that, to be honest, he said the only place I've been that I felt was haunted was one of these. It was like a little farmhouse, and it was on a main road, not far from where he lives.
Right.
And basically the people vacated it and they moved across the road. And he got in there and went in there with a friend. He said I was scared to death, but he jumped back from these bushes, and I got down and went shh, shh, and then I heard like coming. I thought, and that was it. And as we walked down a bit further, there was a lot of activity where they've been doing to do forest work and stuff. And so we came down to this path, and it was like a bloody great big footprint like that. And then we worked out there was another one which was like there, and another one there, and it was like you'd probably have to like sort of hop. And it kind of went across the path straight into another woods. So we took some pictures of that, and so it was just an interesting series of coincidences. But if ever I could get to Bodhisattva Hall, I mean, I'd probably have to talk to the people because you can actually drive right close to it.
Right.
And there's a funny little, what do they call it, Marty? What do they call it when you have like it's like a little mini kind of keep, a little castle thing. You could just go up and have a look at the surrounding.
Fire tower.
Yeah, it was like a little thing, and you could like climb up it, and it was like a little castle thing. That's how it's built. And
maybe
you could look
if you signed
out.
a disclaimer, maybe they would let you in.
Yeah, you could look out over
Fire
Litchfield.
tower there. That's where we were the other.
No, this was the stone thing by
the
Bodhisattva
stone
Hall.
thing going. Yeah.
You could look out over Litchfield.
Yeah.
From there. Yeah, that'd be a great place to actually go and investigate. It's such a weird place as well. It's like forgotten.
Over that way. Okay.
I'm more my peripheral vision.
Yeah, that's why I walked as well.
It's a bit my peripheral vision keeps getting, like a hoop.
Yeah.
When you get a hoop.
Yeah. I thought I saw it there. That's why I walked up, and then it's almost like a visual disturbance, isn't it?
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't say to you, it's a.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's like a wall of.
Yeah.
That's interesting because that's the exact sort of thing you was hinting to me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We need to walk over there. I mean, I just felt it got a little bit cold at that.
Yeah. But, when you were talking, did you notice me wander off that way?
Yeah.
I thought twice I saw, and that was on my peripheral vision, almost like a visual disturbance, like a predator type thing, in his movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
like
exactly.
that's
Exactly what.
almost like the predator and his. So I was thinking, we only need 3 bloody red lights to shine on us now, and then I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a weapon, doesn't it?
That area where I was looking. That does sound like feeding predator. Because he makes that noise, doesn't he? The predator.
Oh, yeah. No, but it was like the predator type thing. It was a visual disturbance. I thought.
my phone.
Temperature's dropping.
Just showing off actually. No, I haven't got either of my
Hello?
two hats.
You can have my hat if you want.
Anyway, in the middle of wood. Alright. Well, that's what we can do. Right. Okay. See you now. Bye.
You want my hat? Just need some pampers now, go.
I had a proper like
Look, it's got the...
I had a proper Nepalese hat and bloody left it on the bus, didn't I, years ago. No activity on the tri-field.
This might be my eyes playing tricks. It probably is. But when I look at the back there, see where there's the black bottle after a post or something?
Yeah.
If you look, there's sort of a crease for that.
Yes.
I seem to think fluctuations in light sometimes. But, oh, see, again, there, again. At a lower level, it's kind of like a movement as well.
Yeah, I'll look at them.
Right away. So if you keep walking past that sort of sticky up darker bit, keep going. The clump, once you walk past there, you think of the clump of three trees. And it's something. Oh, that's another trick. Walk past that tree, and then just slightly to your right, there's like three trees, and it seems to be in that area between those three trees. Pardon? Hang on.
My torch just failed.
Oh.
Yeah. Legs and hips, that's it.
Shakira says.
Pardon?
You know what Shakira says? Hips don't lie.
Yeah.
So some really weird phenomena going on here tonight. We've had loud booming noise. We all felt the vibration. There's no heavy duty traffic coming through here, and you wouldn't be picking that up anyway. Okay. God, that light is so bright. The light is back. Officially, the light is back. Right, okay, it's going to be interesting because okay, the battery's about to die, but the light is definitely back. I'm looking at the light now, but my camera is literally not picking it up. It's there. Why is this camera not picking it up? I mean, I can see it. Okay. The fuck, two lights. I mean, we've already ascertained that these aren't street lights. Okay, there's two freaking lights now. Because, I mean, we checked these out earlier. These are not street lights. But for some reason... the battery's about to die. Cold. What's that? Can you? What was that? Brakes. Brakes?
Might have been.
Brakes should make that noise, should they? I've felt a definite drop in temperature, you know, over the last couple of minutes.
It's dropping really quick now.
Is that light? That light's there. I'm still trying to figure out whether it's something man-made.
Which one? That one in front there?
Yeah. I mean, I've just...
It's from the street light.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I've just been stood here for how long? And it's only just showed itself.
Mm.
Is it a security light, do you think?
Yeah. What?
I mean, that has to be what?
It hasn't moved or anything.
No, it
I've been
hasn't
looking
moved.
at it a few times.
And it was there last time, in exactly the same place, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a street light, I think. There's a street light just underneath the bridge.
But, yeah, it's really weird how I can only see it now. And it's even more weird that the camera's not picking it up. And as soon as I say that, it does. Bloody thing.
Treat it inclined.
Do you know, last time we were here, it was my feet that got really, really cold.
Yeah, that was in the summer.
I wonder if there's something here that just kind of floats around. I mean, it was weird that I got so cold in the summer.
Hmm.
Yeah. Jump back for me a second. Yeah, you can just wave it around, the battery's going to die anyway. I mean, that was a really weird rumble and bang.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely,
I said it sounded like artillery.
definitely picked that up. I'm just wondering whether there's something like residual, historical, that weird.
We've been too loud for something residual from the Civil War days. I mean, I've fired cannon,
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound like that. That sounded more like a thump from a 155 or a 81mm mortar.
Yeah, but there's none of that going on around here. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that. You've got a big army barracks over at where is it? Just up in Shropshire. The other side is at Telford.
Yeah.
The massive, great big army bases up there. You remember that time when we heard all that going off?
Yeah.
Well, there was an infantry corporal's carder going on there where people train for their corporalcies.
Yeah.
Their corporal stripes. And junior leaders, and they was having a night-time exercise, and that's what we heard then.
That was crazy, that wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what we heard then. That's coming from over there.
I mean, you know, when you go out on an investigation, you go into a German war cemetery, and then you start hearing that.
Yeah, well, I watched it on the news, and there's saying on the news it was a warfare carder. Because the next day I was driving and I seen all the attacks on.
Something going on up there, Gavin.
Yeah.
We shouted you. There's some odd light phenomena going on. And we thought we saw something standing in the middle of the path. We Jane didn't want to say, and I said, well, there's something up there in the middle of the path. And she said, I didn't want to say, but
What kind of thing was in the middle of the path?
amorphous black
Just a-
shape. It sort of went, so you got the trees,
Yeah.
and Jane saw it sort of there in the thing, and then when I saw it, it moved to the middle of the path. And we went up there, and the temperature went really, I mean, it's cold here, but
Yeah.
it's fucking freezing up there.
Yeah, we're just saying the temperature feels like it's like really dropped now.
Yeah.
There's definitely something up here, but
Say again?
there's definitely something up here.
Your feet cold.
No, that's why I put these particular boots on, because I knew they would be.
Well, I got my thermal socks on. That's why I put my thermal socks on.
I mean, because I did debate with my wellies, because they've got they're thermal as well,
Yeah.
but they're just not quite as good as these.
Yeah.
Let's go up and have a look.
Say again?
Let's go up and have a look.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something like, I think it's something residual or,
Well, we were wondering if it's elemental.
yeah.
It's kind of strange. It was like, how do I put it? A light. What do you see a light? Here. Down here. Oh,
Yep.
what's the log?
Yep.
Down here, there was something from there, and there was in the middle of the path there.
God, you know, I was just like, my whole body's gone frozen.
Yeah.
Just right here.
Yeah. Girls just had the frozen thing.
Yeah, I mean, just literally as if I'd
Literally
just taken my
walking
coat
through it,
off.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be environmental, you know, because it is
Could
cold.
be, yeah, yeah.
But we walk into it as well, eh, Jane? And there's definitely a different atmosphere.
Hey folks, hope you enjoyed that video. It was like a couple of really weird things happened there, which I need to kind of go over the video again and have a closer look. But there was the incident which it picks up, which has got the like a really loud booming noise, and when we were there, we could actually feel a vibration. It was like as if the ground sort of, or actually no, it wasn't. It didn't even feel like it was the ground. It felt like the air around us like shook. I don't know if that makes any sense. But when I listened to it, it just felt like a big, like one of those big drums, like boom, 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 like boom. And that was like really, really weird. And then there was like some more, brrr, like a little rumbling afterwards. We checked out, I think it was checked out by a friend if there was any sort of seismic activity that evening, and nothing was actually reported, or nothing was mentioned. And it wouldn't be the first time that we've heard these noises. Now, this is like, you know, quite late at night, so there's no big machinery operating, there's nothing we know that would be coming through that area. It really just feels weird, and this is one of the running themes with this particular area. And we've heard a loud boom when we've been in the fields, we've heard a loud boom in the forest when we first went there, and this is the second time or the third time we've heard this loud boom, and like as if the whole air was vibrating around us. It's just such a weird thing. We're still none the wiser as to exactly what's causing it, but again, it's one of these things I would love to be able to maybe measure something. I think I mean, if I had an infrasound meter, that might give some indication as to what's causing it. Maybe there'd be something that would show up on an infrasound meter, like a rumble before we could actually detect it. That would be interesting. proper infrasound meters cost an absolute fortune. I'm guessing that's not really an option. The other thing was that a couple of the guys thought they were seeing something. They were quite adamant, in fact, that they were seeing something that was going from tree to trees. It was a shadow figure. Now, I was too far away to actually appreciate seeing anything, but they went off and they investigated, and they were absolutely adamant that they saw a shadow figure. I mean, shadow figures are a well-known phenomenon now, and more and more people are capturing these things on camera, which is amazing. And yeah, there's no denying that. I'm sure that if they were faked, they would have been called out on it. And I think back when we did the Birches Valley investigation, I think that was like a shadow figure that crouched behind a tree. And it's always the same circumstances. These things tend to appear from behind something and then they disappear. I'm sure there is a name for the type of shadow figure entity that goes behind a tree and fits exactly behind a tree. You can't see it either side. It just appears then disappears. So that was an interesting adage to what we've already been experiencing there. That's about really all I've got to say on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, like I said, and you know, please drop me a comment below if you have a look at this video, and tell me what your thoughts are on what could possibly be going on. Bearing in mind that we're not too far away from what was an epicenter of a minor earthquake, you could call it, caused a little bit of damage to some buildings, I believe, and this was about 2002. We had one since then. I think that was last September. It happened, and it was reported as well. I felt that over in Sutton Coldfield, which is probably about 4 or 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers from there. So these things definitely do kind of reverberate out. So it wouldn't be any surprise to me that the booming noise was something to do with the fault line that runs about half a mile from where we are. Yeah, that's really all I got to say on that. I hope you guys are keeping well. I'll be looking forward to 2023, and you know, it's a bit late to say Happy New Year now, but I think 2022 sucked a little bit for many reasons, and 2023 we're getting used to a lot of things in life, a lot of harsh realities and stuff, and you know, we've all got to soldier on. So I hope you guys are with me there, and please take care of yourselves. And I look forward to you know, getting some more of these videos up a little bit more often. Actually, there's also a lot. There's probably about 5 or 6 videos I want to get up, which are I'm trying to think of a way to chronicle my paranormal experiences I had when I was young, and so I want to kind of do videos of each of them, and maybe try and get out on location to actually walk you through what I experienced, which would be nice, I think, to do that. And probably actually early this year it might be a great opportunity to do that while the team is waiting for our normal locations to get a little bit better. So I'll do a separate video actually about where I'm going, because it mainly involves a place called Sutton Park. For many people who don't know what Sutton Park is, it sounds like it's a nice little park with swings and stuff. It's actually a big area, and if you was to compress Cannock Chase, take all the roads out and compress it, I think Sutton Park is about a third of the size of Cannock Chase. So it is a massive area to walk around, and it is possible to walk through there and back in a day, but it's quite a long walk. But I will take you on a journey, I think. So a few trips down to Sutton Park. Hopefully that might make me a little bit fitter, get me a little bit thinner. Who knows? I'm struggling at the moment to get my giant bulking frame into a YouTube video. So I could do with getting a little bit thinner, so I could get my little friends in the background to show themselves. And the reason why I was going like that was because this this video is sort of reversed. So my left is my right is my left, and my back is my forward. It's all the wrong way, right? Ultimately, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you soon.